Welcome to WC Coins on YouTube World. Today we embark on an extraordinary journey through history as we explore in depth the story of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, one of the most intriguing and historically significant coins ever minted by the United States. This coin represents far more than its face value. It is a tribute to an era, memory of a fallen president, and a fascinating piece of numismatic history that continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts around the world. The origins of the Kennedy half-dollar trace back to the tragic events of November 20, 1963, when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. The nation was gripped by shock and mourning, and almost immediately there was a public desire to honor the young president's legacy in a permanent and meaningful way. The idea to place his image on the half-dollar was swiftly approved by both Congress and the Treasury Department, and plans were set in motion for its rapid production. The coin was designed by Gilroy Roberts, who crafted the obverse portrait of President Kennedy, and Frank Gasparro, who designed the reverse featuring the presidential seal. Both Roberts and Gasparro were respected artists at the U.S. Mint. Their combined efforts resulted in a coin that was elegant, bold, and deeply symbolic of American ideals. The first Kennedy half-dollars were struck in 1964 and contained 90% silver, making them highly prized at the time. By the time 1972 arrived, the Kennedy half-dollar had undergone several changes since its introduction. The original high silver content was reduced starting in 1965. Due to rising silver prices and public hoarding of silver coins, the Coinage Act of 1965 authorized a clad composition for the half-dollar, which continued through the production of the 1972 issues. The outer layers were made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar was minted at 3 locations across the United States. These included the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Each of these facilities played a unique role in the production and distribution of the coin, and each left its own distinctive mint mark that collectors used to identify the origin of individual specimens. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of the circulation strikes in 1972, and interestingly, coins struck at Philadelphia during this period did not carry a mint mark. This has been a consistent practice for much of the Mint's history, and it adds an intriguing layer to the challenge of collecting and identifying Kennedy half-dollars from this era. The Denver Mint also played a major role in the production of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar coins. Struck at Denver are easily identified by the small D mint mark located on the obverse of the coin just below President Kennedy's neck. This mint was known for its high-quality output, and the coins produced there are generally well struck and display sharp details. Meanwhile, the San Francisco Mint in 1972 focused primarily on producing proof versions of the Kennedy half-dollar. These coins were crafted with special care, using polished planchets and dies to create a stunning mirror-like finish. The S mint mark on these coins signifies their origin, and collectors prize these proofs for their exceptional beauty and clarity. One of the fascinating aspects of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is the mintage figures, which provide insight into the demand and distribution of the coin during this period. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 153 million pieces, while the Denver Mint produced over 141 million, and the San Francisco Mint contributed just over 3 million proof coins. The high mintage numbers reflect the coin's popularity at the time, as well as the Mint's efforts to meet the needs of commerce and the interests of collectors. Despite these large production numbers, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar remains a beloved and sought-after issue in the series due to its historical significance and enduring appeal. Another layer of interest for collectors lies in the varieties and errors associated with the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar. Some coins from this year exhibit striking anomalies such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, and planche flaws. These errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin and are highly prized by those who specialize in error collecting. Of particular note is the 1972 No FG variety found on some coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver. This variety refers to the absence of the designer Frank Gasparro's initials FG, which normally appear on the reverse between the eagle's tail feathers and the right leg. This omission resulted from excessive die polishing that inadvertently removed the initials from the design. The No FG variety has captured the attention of numismatists due to its relative scarcity and the challenge it presents for collectors seeking to complete their Kennedy half-dollar sets. Examples of this variety in high grades can command significant premiums in the marketplace. and their discovery adds excitement to the hobby. The Kennedy half-dollar itself was part of a broader trend during the 1960s and 1970s of modernizing United States coinage, both in design and in composition. The move away from silver coinage reflected the changing economic realities of the time, and the Kennedy half-dollar became an enduring symbol of this transitional era in American numismatic history. The design elements of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar are rich with symbolism. The obverse features a left-facing profile of President Kennedy with the inscriptions, "Liberty and in God we trust." Along with the date 1972, the portrait conveys a sense of youthful vigor and determination, characteristics that defined Kennedy's presidency. The reverse design showcases the presidential seal, an eagle with outstretched wings clutching an olive branch in one talon and a bundle of arrows in the other, surrounded by a ring of stars and the inscription, United States of America and half-dollar. This powerful imagery emphasizes themes of strength, peace, and national unity. Gilroy Roberts, who designed the obverse of the Kennedy half-dollar, based his portrait on a presidential medal he had previously sculpted. This gave the coin an official and dignified appearance appropriate for honoring the legacy of the 35th President of the United States. The fine details of the design continue to be admired by collectors and historians alike. Frank Gasparo, the artist behind the reverse design, was the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time, and his work on the Kennedy half-dollar is considered one of his most notable contributions to American coinage. His depiction of the presidential seal has become iconic, recognized by millions around the world. The transition from silver to clad coinage was not universally popular when it was first introduced. Many collectors and members of the public lamented the loss of precious metal content in their coins. However, over time, the Kennedy half-dollar in its clad form found a place in both circulation and collection, becoming a staple of modern American numismatics. In 1972, the Kennedy half-dollar continued to circulate widely across the United States, though its use in everyday transactions was gradually declining as more people began to view the coin as a collectible rather than a medium of exchange. This shift in perception has only grown stronger in the decades since. Collectors of the Kennedy half-dollar series appreciate the 1972 issue, not only for its historical context, but also for its role in the evolution of the series. The coin represents a period of transition and adaptation, reflecting both the legacy of President Kennedy and the changing landscape of American coinage. The condition of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar plays a critical role in its desirability. Among collectors, coins that have been well preserved in uncirculated or proof condition can command higher values than those that show signs of wear. From circulation grading services such as PCGS and NGC provide valuable assessments that help determine a coin's market value. High-grade examples of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar display crisp details and attractive luster. Collectors often seek out coins with minimal contact marks and strong eye appeal, and proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are especially desirable for their deep cameo contrast and mirror-like surfaces. The role of the Kennedy half-dollar in American culture extends beyond numismatics. The coin serves as a daily reminder of President Kennedy's enduring influence and the hopes he inspired during his time in office. For many, it is not just a piece of currency, but a tangible connection to an important chapter in American history. Numismatic research and scholarship have uncovered fascinating details about the production and distribution of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar mint. Records reveal the logistical challenges involved in producing millions of coins and the meticulous efforts taken to ensure quality and consistency across the different mints. Public enthusiasm for the Kennedy half-dollar remained high throughout the early 1970s, bolstered by the ongoing admiration for President Kennedy and the accessibility of the coin for both casual collectors and seasoned numismatists alike. This widespread interest helped cement the coin's place as a cornerstone of modern U.S. coin collecting. The Kennedy half-dollar series as a whole offers a rich field of study for those interested in mint marks, varieties, errors, and historical context. The 1972 issue occupies a special place within this narrative, representing both continuity and change as the nation moved further into the latter half of the 20th century. In addition to traditional collecting avenues, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar has also found a place in educational settings, where it serves as a tool for teaching students about history, economics, and the art of coin design. The coin's connection to a pivotal moment in American history makes it a compelling subject for classroom discussions. The legacy of the 1972 Kennedy half dollar is further enriched by the stories of those who collect it, from casual hobbyists discovering a shiny half dollar in their pocket change to dedicated collectors hunting for rare varieties. The coin continues to spark curiosity and passion across generations. Auction records for the 1972 Kennedy half dollar reveal a wide range of values depending on condition and rarity. Common circulation strikes can be acquired at modest prices, while high-grade examples and rare varieties like the No FG command substantial premiums in competitive bidding environments for those looking to build a complete Kennedy half dollar collection. The 1972 issue is an essential component. Its availability in both circulation and proof formats provides multiple collecting opportunities, and its place within the broader historical narrative enhances its appeal. The enduring popularity of the Kennedy half dollar is a testament to the powerful legacy of President Kennedy and the artistry of the coin's designers. As we reflect on the story of the 1972 issue, we are reminded of the many layers of meaning embedded within a simple piece of metal. As we conclude our exploration of the 1972 Kennedy half dollar, we celebrate not only the craftsmanship and history of this remarkable coin, but also the spirit of discovery that drives the numismatic community. Every coin tells a story, and the 1972 Kennedy half dollar continues to share its tale with those who take the time to listen. Thank you for joining me today on WC Coins World. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and significance of the 1972 Kennedy half dollar. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating journeys through the world of coins. And until next time, keep collecting and keep the history alive.